It's the second stanza of this abridged version of the league, and these two teams know for a fact that this is a very storied fixture in the NPFL history, and it's going to be interesting to see who's going to go home with the maximum full points here in this. I mean, because hear the crowd, Ralph, everyone excited, the fans chanting at the top of their voices, and we absolutely love it.
We're loving it here at the Kwara Township Stadium, where Kwara United, surely they've come here to make it their home ground, and they've got the fans that have also come out here, just like when Sunshine Stars at the home side here plays. So it's exciting to see the fans come out here to cheer Kwara United. We'll be hoping to see how that goes for them. Shooting Stars, the visiting side today, placed at 7th on the tables, 11 games played, 3 wins, 4 draws and 4 losses, with 14 goals scored, 8 on the table. We're on the way here at the Kwara Township Stadium, and this promises to be very exciting encounter. Quickly move to Akure to make it their home ground in second stanza. Only 6 goals scored for them in 11 matches. It's really been a short supply.
Ralph, you will not be surprised if Kabir Dogo is having sleepless nights as regards the trouble of this particular team. Scoring has been a problem. To be honest, the defense has really not been bad, so far, but at a particular time, we're seeing that the particular challenge with the post, with the net, but referee has got it sorted. Just to go back to your question, Ralph, it's a big problem. Typically, the kind of players, the kind of strikers that Kwara United has got in their arsenal are not the ball-using kind of strikers. They are just the guys who play like the stereotypical point man, and sometimes they are quite very, very challenging because he's not getting the level of quality support from the middle of the park. I'm talking about Samad Kadiri, who has a great time being an Ayimba striker, but it's been a different ball game for him so far, Ralph, here in Kwara United.
Indeed. We'll see how Samad Kadiri, who is the point man today for them, how he's going to prosecute this one. Surely Kwara United attacking the goalpost to the left of your screen. Opportunity comes in, but definitely the player thought he was offside, and so it was a lukewarm performance for him there. And you see what it means to his coach. He was expecting something different from what he got.
Of course, we did mention earlier about the challenges of goal scoring. And right now, that was Anthony Omaka, quite interesting because he's mostly like a midfielder, but I mean, he's playing off Kadiri Samad today. But opportunities like that will come in a game like this. You just have to be patient. But importantly, Ralph, when it comes, make sure you're on ground to bury it, because that's all that matters. It's not about missing about opportunity, it's about the next one and the next one after that. Great goal scorers know this.
They sure know this. Kwara United, they need the great goal scorers. They've got some great goal scorers in their midst here, but they need to put them to work. And of course, see the much they can get out of it. Here comes Shooting Stars. He's been an infringement, and the referee rightly called that one for a free kick that will go the way of the team in blue here. Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan. This man knows this pitch so well. He's been coach here for Sunshine Stars, the regional home side, who are away today, but the Kwara United, they also know a lot about this place. Bengo Gumbote will see. Well, I saw the fans here. It's not too lovely here, by the way, because they thought he will come here someday to also trouble Sunshine Stars, having been one they used to love here.
Definitely. Is a cult hero here, if you may. He's mostly loved in a place like this, in Shooting Stars and, of course, in Sunshine Stars. It's been home to him. He's done some great stuff in this particular pitch. He knows this ground, and maybe that could be like an added
agenda of Nigeria. Kwara United for the home side. But definitely, that's not the way to get something. Faisal Sani.
Well, they want to start. They're starting quite well. They're trying like this will be very. The chances may be few and far between, but when it comes, you want to take it.
Definitely not this time for Kwara United. Comes in, and that will just roll across the byline.
In goal scoring positions. I'm keen to see if at all it's going to be a
handball there, but definitely won't count for a penalty. Not at all. Referee says play on. So Shooting Stars will just heave his huge sigh of relief.
Indeed. It's always
no
committing too early, not waiting, and at the right time, not taking your opportunities. The next, or rather the worst thing that can happen to any goalkeeper right now is to have an unsure backline. Okemute knows that.
Talking about Okemute, he's one of the we've got experience between the sticks for the two sides here today. Okemute has experienced Premier Football League.
It was one of the most green areas of his career, his time in Eyimba. Every time they brought him, and then he does his bits. Talk about a player who doesn't want to hog the headlines, but he wants to do his best, for his team. What a manner of experience. And when you have players like that in your ranks, Raf, it gives a little bit of confidence to the younger players. He can bring them through the ranks. He can tell them one or two things. He's an international man in terms of experience. He's been there, he's done that. And above all, he's won the league. Not so many goalkeepers at this level can say, oh, I have won the Nigerian Professional Football League. It's a big deal, and I'm sure Kwara United are glad to have him.
Not too many goalkeepers in Nigeria too can say I have won the CAF Champions League.
Absolutely.
Just two of them.
Absolutely, back to back.
The free kick will go the way of Shooting Stars inside the center circle. It's been a very, very slow start to the game here. Match day 12 of the NPFL. The free kick comes. No trouble for goalkeeper Ayenuba. Good touch on the ball coming from Kabir. Will go from Faisal. Opportunity Samad sends the ball, but it is Kwara United all the way. Yahya Ibrahim. Miscommunication there between Shooting Stars, two players, the captain, one of them. Seen a couple of poor communication, and that's Shooting Stars defense.
Indeed, and that's what you don't want to see. I did mention earlier about Okemite's other level of understanding, of how to set up his backline. He will be very, very pissed off at that, because the truth is, there's something called allow in local football parlance. It means allow me to use this ball. Unfortunately, or rather fortunately for 3SC Shooting Stars, it was not in a very dangerous situation. They want to correct that going forward.
Indeed, he needs to use his voice more loudly to scream out the instructions to his defenders. As the captain of Shooting Stars, almost heading back to his own. And this time, no problem for Okemute order. But the ball's been visiting that 18-yard box too many a time. In just last 5 minutes of the action here. Don't forget the first leg of this encounter in Ibadan was on very match day 2 of the NPFL, ended goalless. Kwara United were very excited with that away point picked. Just wondering what's happening in that Shooting Stars defense. But all the same, a great time the goalkeeper had using his chest, not once but twice.
You need your goalkeepers to be able to use the ball sometimes, to be comfortable with any part of their body. Yes, goalkeepers are predominantly used to holding on to the ball with their hands, but sometimes some extra part of their body could be used in that situation.
Indeed, and that's why many coaches prefer ball-playing goalkeepers these days. Football evolving every other time. Great tackle from the Kwara United referee. Saw it as a stringent committed by him, Kabir Balogun. That man made his greatest name playing for Ikorodu United back in the days, the defunct Ikorodu United. The Oracle, something of interest to him that time. And Dogo is asking the players to use their head.
He wants maximum points in this particular game, no doubt. He did mention earlier in an interview, he mentioned that, hey, it's all about the 3 points here. I think we've done our job in the first stanza of this particular game. It's time to have a repeat.
The time, if they can get this right, Shooting Stars. Let's go back to the goalkeeper. Kwara United 0. Order played in the Middle East before making its way back this side, making a good move. Oh, his shot comes in. Nice try. Nice
Very
try
true.
from 4 goals.
I mean, this shot was always going to come, always rising, always veering off the left-hand post. But it's good intention. Execution could be better another time, but at that particular time, the intention was good. That's the first time we are seeing any form of shot towards any of either goal posts.
But I've been off target, but great try, just like the pace of the game is increasing gradually.
Indeed. The intensity, I mean, a game like this, again, like we said earlier, even if he was joking, it's a battle of the Warriors. And when the Warriors come to town, things like this will definitely, occur. This man has been in the thick of many things. Garba alongside Kabir, they've been the guys just turn-ins and trying to see how well to navigate this game because they are growing in this game, 3SC. And that right there was a good move, good skill, but unfortunately, Garba was always going to try to stop. They've been trying to, whatever it is you can do, I can do better with Kwara United.
Oh, that time that communicated pass didn't quite go quite well as he would have wanted it. Shooting Stars from the far side. They've created a few scoring chances. They've not been able to. Kowem Utim, you saw that time, making his 3rd appearance. This man, Kwara United mascot, of course.
To a place like this, traditional football home grounds. Football is the life of some of those people. It is the joy they breathe in. It is the oxygen that they take in. When you take football away from these people, you've taken a significant part of their living. And that man, I mean, we saw him together. He was just everywhere, running on the tartan tracks, if you may, just blowing his vuvuzela and having the time of his life. It brings a buzz and energy to the players. They love him actually here.
Samad seems to be in a word of his own up front. The supplies are the kind he wants. He's not gotten any so far in the game.
Yeah, and that right there has been the biggest bane of the success of this Kabiru Udogo-led side. The truth is, the kind of striker they have is definitely not the kind that would always run through the channels or drop back. It's the guy who likes to get the balls placed to him on a platter, and he will finish. He's a good finisher. He's a decent finisher. Samad Kadire is big, is strong, but I think one of the biggest problems they're having is the service. And speaking of service, I hope we got a better one there, but unfortunately not. The quality of service has been everything, and it's really not been quite decent.
You would think that man was attacking, but then he was actually looking for a way out. That's Shooting Stars man going way back. And now up front, the referee just telling the defender that his back is not a bed of roses, but he was actually talking to Alimi.
That's a striker that knows where the goal is. He knows where the goal is big, is strong, is experienced, is powerful. It will push you, it would tickle every form of nerves in you to make you commit, and then he will score. But the biggest problem again has also been the problem with Samad Kadiri is the service. In the first 15 minutes, it's been few and far between the quality chances that can be created. And I'm expecting this gentleman, jersey number 8, Douglas, to do better. It is dreaded, it's diminutive, he can move with the ball, and it's quite intelligent with the ball. I expect a lot from him for Kwara United.
Indeed, Douglas Achieve just playing his 2nd game for Shooting Stars since his signing in the mid-season. It's another experienced player for Shooting Stars. And here comes the Shooting Stars, but then the interception comes now. Clarence takes the ball further away. That one coming from Kwara United's Ayodeji Bamidele. Referee saw that very well. He was close to the action, so his whistle went for the free kick inside the box.
I'm not sure what Kabiru Udogo wants to achieve, but maybe that's where he's been able to play Antonio Maka lately. I'm seeing Antonio Maka play as a supporting striker to Kadiri, and for all it's worth, in my time as being one of the commentators or matchday presenter, I think one of the best players.
And Shooting Stars comes in now with opportunity. Goalkeeper Delia Yenuba refused to be beaten.
That's good goalkeeping. good goalkeeping. I mean, years of experience there. He waited for him to commit himself. He didn't go down too early. He didn't give the striker something to think about. He allowed the striker make his move, and then he was very proactive enough. As I was saying earlier, Anthony Omaka, for the life of me, is an amazing midfielder. He's an amazing central midfielder. I think he's one of the best in the league if played in that particular position. But today is supporting Samad Kadiri, and it looks like a fish out of water. I mean, I'm not quite sure if that's the right decision, but I'm not the coach. But I think it would be nice to see him play in that his natural position, or maybe possibly, you know how it is.
That ball went already across the byline. It's going to be a goal kick only, going to Shooting Stars. So Kiemute Order with the ball. Steady appearance since joining the side in the mid-season. The glancing header not finding Samad, which you were meant for. Shooting Stars clearance. Good touch on the ball for Yahaya. Yahaya. That time he got Ayobami, but clearance takes the ball out, coming from Ayo Adejubu. Kwara United really been keeping to their 4-3-3. Got a 3 men up front, but then it would have a little problem with them in transitional play. A good touch at that time from Ayobami Jr.
And that's the player.
Takes the ball out.
Ralph, my apologies for coming in, but that's the player you want on the ball. Ayobami Jr. is diminutive. He can pick a pass. He can thread a pass through the needle eye. Is very, very. Is very intelligent on the ball. They need to get him more on the ball. He's the guy that can help that transition, that can help them ease into those channels and eventually get a goal, hopefully.
Kimute Kless. Put a little bit under pressure by Samad. Ball into touch for a throw-in, quickly taken. No time to waste again. That one from Faisal Sani, Nigerian international. Got a couple of gaps. Opportunistic strike there coming from Ayobami Jr. Sometimes you feel that nothing has been going that way, so you want to try.
Yes. Yes, it'll be nice to see. That's a shot on target. He'll count as one, but he wants to do better the next time.
He wants to do better to make it on target next time. Throwing going the way of Shooting Stars, quickly taken, but still goalless situation. Here comes Achieve, set that ball forward, opportunity beckoning, where Kwara United seem to be playing with fire at that time, but all the same, the experienced goalkeeper, Dele Ayenuba, came to the rescue. It's Kwara. But after had a great first touch, but that second pass was not going the right way. Kwara finally ball taken away from them. Clarence takes the ball way off across. It's been long balls here and there, but here comes Shooting Stars on the attack. Sikiru Alimi finds his captain. A hot chase for the ball, finally picked up beautifully by Yahaya. Ibrahim, Yahya! Good try again, but not on target once again.
it's good to see that they are trying to pepper through the cracks. They're trying to, again, I think they are jumping the transition. A lot of them are trying to short at goal, which is good. You could be lucky enough sometimes to get the keeper off the line, and maybe probably just get this level of goal in. But I still think that they need to play through. The game has been narrow so far, Ralph. I mean, both teams are trying to attack the channels right through the middle, but we've seen nothing, or a little bit nothing in terms of creative play on the wings, and there's some interesting players on the bench for 3SC, which I'm looking forward to in the second half. But for now, I think it will be nice to explore the opportunities right there in the flanks. We've not seen a lot of that. We've seen a lot of stifled midfield play, a lot of grit, little or nothing in terms of creativity.
Just maybe they are listening to you at that time. That free kick went to the flank. All right, so it wasn't quite properly used. The control was poor. First touch let him down. Then another free kick will go the way of Kwara United.
It's like a game of boxing, Ralph. Both of them are just, it's the same. They're not mixing the play yet. Maybe it's a game plan by the two coaches to just grow into the game, but they're not mixing it. We're not seeing any variety of attack. It's a lot of down through the channel, long punts of ball forward, and let's just see how it goes. Nothing really exciting in terms of build-up play or transition, and that needs to change for us to get a goal.
Exactly, the fluidity not been there yet. Here comes a free kick from Kwara United. It's been taken. Let's go up. It hits the bar. That was almost the bar came to the rescue and appealed to the referee for what exactly?
What a chance that could have been. That one rocking the crossbar. It was always going to be dangerous. That ball was well whipped into the box. That's the kind of delivery you want. This game has been starved of such quality balls, and at that time, it came in at the right time. But goalkeeper just pushing the ball to the crossbar, so much of experience, so much reflex as well. Kudos to the goalkeeper.
Indeed, he came with the order. Was put it really under pressure that time, but then he survived it. The comes shooting starts from the far side, attacking. It cuts into the middle, and it sends his pass through offside. Ayo Dejibu cut offside that time. That was a quick counter-attack and football from Shooting Stars. A yellow card goes the way of Ayo Dejibu.
I'm genuinely not sure why he was carded. I think maybe he didn't hear the whistle on time, but I don't think he deserved the card. I'm not sure he showed a little bit of disrespect to the referee. No, maybe he kicked the ball after he heard the whistle, possibly. But that right there was a needless yellow card by the player.
Adejibu, nice first touch, sends the ball forward, finds his man, opportunity to cross, a cross comes in, not that a decent cross, you would say.
Disappointing cross, too much on the ball, too much intensity, but then again he will be kicking himself in the head right there, because he had 3 of his players as against the 2 players from Kwara United. A proper cross into that box, especially to the deadly Sikiru Alimi. That could be 1 goal, 3SC. These chances will not keep coming. In as much as you're creating them, it's important for you to execute them to the very best of your abilities. And that right there was a poorly executed ball in.
I actually thought he still had a few yards to cut in more before trying to look at any of his mates. Free kick, Shooting Stars, quickly taken. Referee recalls that. Free kick comes in eventually, and of course the clearance takes it out of danger. Kwara United had 4 home games in Ibadan, and they didn't quite go well. They won just 1, and scored just about 3 goals. 3 goals scored.
Not good enough. Not good enough, Ralph. Wherever it is you're playing, yes, we understand something called the home advantage, right? But sometimes the quality will tell. The quality will show. A good player is a good player anywhere he plays, they've not just been good enough, and that right there is why they are where they are on the position on the log. A little bit of enterprise here and there, but when it comes to putting the ball at the back of matches, it's that simple. It's not the number of clean sheets. That's for the championship.
And of course, it's a free kick going to Shooting Stars. That's coming from a very, very interesting position, because I've seen goals scored from that sport. A good free kick taker. Let's see how it goes. The training ground plot or good goalkeeping. Great goalkeeping by Dele Ayenugba. You should have expected that from him, though. It's going to be a corner kick.
Very comfortable, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable height for a goalkeeper of his caliber. Easy save, but again, you got to walk the goalkeeper from angles like that. And I think that player could have got him more bend on the ball, but it was a very decent free kick.
Corner kick will come any moment from now. We'll see how they're going to take it and make a short one of it. Oh, good, poor communication. Clearance takes the ball out.
The communication line has been the communication line, Ralph, has been a big problem for 3FC. Most of the time when they go up to contest boys, often two of them, it's simple communication. Words like allow, words like I'm here, words like man on you are used in football parlance to let just that mental awareness and that positional awareness that, hey, I'm on the ball already, you don't need to come. It gives that extra space for you to operate in against your opposition. Simple communication. Here comes Alimi. Going forward now, we've seen Alimi with this kind of move a couple of times. Oh, great well, but nobody to tuck it in. Clearance will take the ball out. That was a chance, opportunity that beckoned for Shooting Stars that time, but then no one was inside to tuck that ball in. It's been a very grueling game. A lot of physicality, a lot of physical engagements. But little or nothing to cheer, for the fans of the fans. We're looking forward to what the second half will bring in terms of more quality, in terms of more creativity, especially for players like Ayobami. We're looking for how important and how big it could be, going forward. So many of Kwara United fans, even on social media, they've been saying the fact that they prefer this stadium, the Kwara Township Stadium, to Ibadan. And you won't blame them. Recall the fact that only one game won in Ibadan. They've equaled that here with the very first match day against the Academy Warriors. That's a team that won all 6 points against the Academy Warriors. This one comes a 1-2 ball. Clearance takes it out for Kwara United. Omaka it was that sent it to Kadiri, and Omaka making a run to open up. Omaka! It's lovely to see that finally somebody was running through the channels, and it was a good ball from the middle of the park, sending Kadiri Samad on the run, and he did quite well. And most times you're expecting him to come back and look for a pass, and he found a pass, but it's the finish. That quality of finish, it could hit that ball better. It could pick a position as well. It was easy, safe, walk in the park. Okay, Mr. Older would use that for breakfast and lunch every day. When you want to get to some positions, Ralph, you need to walk the goalkeeper. It was too easy. And for a team, and that right there is one of the problems why they are not converting their chances. They don't create enough, and they don't convert the ones that they manage to create. It's a big problem for this particular side. And actually, that was a very good job done by the two of them, but the finishing was lacking. Just like he said, they should have just picked a sport. And they make the goalkeeper to do some more job instead of making it easy for him. Kwara United on the move again. They can create another one from the right flank, and they come attacking again. And finally, last touch was so poor. Couple of poor touches in the final third for Kwara United. And that right there is one of the problems of this particular Kwara United team. That's the reason why they are not scoring goals. Goals been very, very difficult for them to get. Only 6 goals scored in 11 matches. Even the top scorer in the league has 9 goals in Obioma. And even the third
goal leading player, has 6 goals. So it is very difficult. Kwara United, they need to really find their way to the goal post and they put the ball in the net. Gonna have a throw-in coming from the near side. Ayobami to take it for Kwara United. Shooting Stars, rather it will be, and that's a Dejubu. Corner, the throw-in wasn't that the best of it. Throwing Shooting Stars from the far side. Header from Kwara United takes it across the halfway line. Samad on the ball. Offside. Didn't time his move at all. Could just feel some frustration on the side of Kwara United. Had a few opportunities, but then we'll go to tell the story. Balogun sent a long ball forward. Score kick. Kwara United just 3 wins so far in the season out of 11, and lost 3. They lost 5 and drew 3. Beg your pardon. 6 goals scored and 10 against. Minus a goal difference of 4. Another wrong pass. Here comes was the captain of the side. Good move, Yahaya on the ball. Yahaya locates Maka. Flag went up. Offside. Another poor timing that time. Didn't exactly look where the Shooting Stars defenders were for making it run. Anthony. Shooting Stars attacker was back in the goal post, and so didn't quite know where the ball was. Yenugba sends the ball flying forward. The referee take a quick look at his time. Shooting Stars, Alimi was so opportunistic, and he was very apologetic about it. Yet to find his scoring range. Joining Shooting Stars. That's a guy that she puts in double figures in every other season. Not
the ball, but he has had a little bit of spasm in this game. It's just bit part. Games like this is crying for a hero. A game like this is demanding a star that can just take the game, grab it by the scruff of his neck, and dictate everything. One is Ayobami for Kwara, and Malomo is the second person. Whoa. Again, communication has been a big problem, Ralph, for this particular two sides.
Surely. There's a Shooting Stars player down inside the 18-yard box of the opponents. I see exactly.
And it's still a big deal, it's still a big problem of communication. It's pretty much, it's going to be difficult to see. Hopefully it's not something so serious, and eventually he may come back on the pitch and continue. He's a very important player to them. But you have a feeling, Ralph, that there's a goal tucked somewhere in this particular game. It's we've seen that game. We've called games like this over and over again, and you know it's that brilliant feel.
You know, the two teams that are indebted of that odd goal you're talking about.
Absolutely, very
and that's
important.
such odd goal. You need a big player that will rise up to the occasion.
Yep.
And do the job.
And you can see 3SC fans absolutely in delirious states, very excited.
And
you know, very divided. You know, Kwara United
fans
as well.
of Kwara United
being very jubilant as well. I mean, it's something I wouldn't say. You know, they've had that real quality time. You know, but again, that's what supportership is all about, Ralph. Giving your all, knowing that your team needs you. You can be that extra man that can just cheer them to glory.
That's what the fans are called, the 12th man.
Absolutely.
Then you don't just wait for that impulse. Keep supporting, even when the goal not coming, just as you said at the moment. The goal will come somehow if you keep urging them on. Game will resume now with Ayenugba kicking the ball out. Omaka beaten in the air by Achieve. Here comes Kwara United on the move. Tayo Dele there. Goes back to Ayo Dele, who has the ball. Has three blue-shirted players on him. And finally gathered the ball well. And then, of course, looking at this man. Here comes an incursion into the box of Kwara United. Opportunity to cross, not away. Can't get that. Yeah, he is the one that comes off
and it's still rolling.
Still rolling.
It's still
just
rolling.
to get in. The scoreline favors his team the way it is.
Absolutely, and you can see that's just, you know, positional awareness. You can see it right there. Was trying to shoot the ball, and then of course he came out second best place in that particular one, but it's because his body's on the line, and then he rolled from outside the pitch onto the pitch just in a way to delay the game, and that's one of the plus of just being positionally aware, you know, of a game and where you are on the football pitch.
Could just achieve a minute to waste because Shooting Stars, the way it is, it favors them. The Kwara United did get a point off them in the first meeting on match day 2. Here comes shooting, cutting in into the box, a cut back, opportunity, a shot comes in over the top.
You can see that's why you regard this guy so much, Sikiru Alimi. The ability to just move away and just create a little bit of space for him, because as a center forward sometimes anticipating danger, understanding where the danger is potentially going to come from is very important, and that level of intelligence is what makes him head and shoulder high as one of the most important strikers in this particular pitch. Substitution, of course, Ogini coming in, jersey number 20. It will be that exciting level of play to just see. Faisal gave a good account of himself in this particular game, you know, but Ogini, Olatunbosun, it will be that player that they want to look out for in terms of creativity. This game has lacked that. He has lacked that spark, that level of clamor that could just maybe just do well to create a particular chance. Ogini must have watched the game and looking forward to bringing him on to just cause damage.
We'll see how that substitutions by coach Gumbote will work out for Kwara United. Or rather, did I say Gumbote? Kabiru Dogo, yes. Right, will work out for Kwara United.
And interestingly, Raf, you're expecting Ogumbote to answer. You know, because one of the things that we mentioned earlier in this game is the fact that we've seen weakness in the wings. And Ogumbote has got a very exciting winger in his bench, Promise Amala. Very, very exciting. And, you know, and that's interesting to see. And that's interesting to see the quality that this young man can bring in this particular game. Like we mentioned, this game is dying for a particular hero to step up, and I think Promise Damala could just be that exciting one, if at all.
That's a player that has been largely underutilized at Shooting Stars. He was the main man at Wiki Tories until he went to Finland and then back to the NPFL. Spent more time on the bench for his side. Here comes Shooting Stars. That first touch. Oh. Started to look out for Malo Moisman, who goes further down. The shot comes for a left-footed one across over the top now. That was some try from the big man. Shooting Stars are beginning to find their range.
Indeed, it's important.
This man is happy for it. He's unhappy about that. Talking about Coach Dogo of Kwara United.
Agawa looks like a player that got a goal in him, but importantly is that player who is crucial to breaking the play of the opposition. But that time he showed us another level of his game, and that right there was almost a goal. It was just always rising. But again, it's a lot of attention, a lot of intentions by these players, a lot of possession as well by Kwara United, little or no penetration. You know, but for Shooting Stars, they are doing their best, and they do not want this man to be on the floor for long. But under this powerful tackle, you know, some tackles in football, Ralph, that even you, the tackler, suffers, you know, from such tackle.
And the Kwara United man is worse off it. As we see, after 65 minutes, still goalless situation here at the Akure Township Stadium, where Kwara United has adopted as home in the second stanza of the abridged NPFL season 2023. Two players, one from either side, down on the top. After that, big challenge in the air. Fans, the traveling fans from Ibadan, right here at the Akure Township Stadium, trumpeting away, drumming away, singing to their delight.
But they do not care. They do not care. Their team is in a good position. They could be doing better, you know, but 0-0 away from home in the MPFL, in a very difficult league like the MPFL, is quite something to cheer. You know, but not this particular fans. These ones are also very excited, but they know their team should be doing better.
Every away point is important, very important. And when you get an away win, that's massive in another pre-season such as this.
And you can see Kabiru Dogo earlier, you know, just mentioning to his players, just discussing. And this man, you know, Delia Yenuba, he's been there, he's done that. His wealth of experience is very, very important to the setup. But unfortunately, he's not an attacker. He's never going to get the goal. He's just the guy. This is the man. He's currently worried. You can see he's thinking right now. He wishes he is Kabiru Dogo. And this time, you know, he's just racking his brain, scratching his head, you know. And he's thinking, I hope all my mascoting will not go, you know, to waste, but we need, because we need maximum points.
I'm sure it's not, if not for the glove, there would have been some finger biting, nail biting too, as it were. But then it's been some kind of game, frustrating for the home side. Kwara United, they started the season with coach Abdulaziz, who resigned on February the 11th. Confirmation of the substitution earlier done. Ahmed Jimo, who came in to take the place of Faisal Sani. Faisal Sani was very popular when he was at Katsina United.
And this is a site you don't want to see. It is a site no player wants to be on the stretcher, you know, stretched out of the game. Not just any player, it's one of their brightest players. Ayobam is intelligent. Again, it's been underutilized in this, and especially look for your better options. I think Sikiru Alimo is in a better option to be given the ball early by Malomo, and definitely not what he tried. The simple, basic decision making has really been the problem, from lack of communications with each other, jumping for the ball together, to not understanding when else to drop the ball and running into the offside trap. Shooting Stars that failed at some of the basic things in this game.
I totally agree. And here, come out again, going for it. Was Joshua Agban that time. Substitute. Free kick. Won there by Godwin Agbemi.
It's about time Jesse number 9. Let's hope he comes in with the goals now, because that famed number in football is significant for goals, significant for crucial importance. We'll step forward, Jesse number 9, Ahmed Taufik. It's time to take a break, lunch break for the mascot, of course, that we saw earlier. But this man will definitely want to get the goal for his team. And it looks like Omaka will be coming out. Well, he's done decent in this game. He had 1 or 2 opportunities to get a goal, to make better passes, but Anthony Omaka out. 32. In comes Ahmed Taufik, who comes with a lot of natural instinct of being a striker, who would run through the channels, who would definitely look for opportunities to get a goal for his team.
Like for like change there, Kwara United. The Shooting Stars a defender. Malomo dispossessed there. Well, he gets the ball back as quickly. Malomo, ball out already for throwing from the far side to go the way of the team in yellow.
Malomo has enjoyed an amazing time on the ball every time. He gets the ball and you're expecting him to just bring this game back into life, and you really don't see that, and it's quite disappointing. They look for him most of the time. He's got this great understanding with Sikiru Alimi, but it just didn't come good eventually. That's naive defending, because he could have easily allowed that ball. You could see Malomo just, I beg your pardon, Douglas, really just shouting at him that just let it roll. That's basic defending. Let it roll out, and then that's a goal kick for you, and you have an opportunity to attack the goal.
Very poor that time from Desmond Ojiatefian. One other player we've not so much seen in this game is Desmond Agbekponu, the Ghanaian defender for Shooting Stars. Came from Rivers United at the start of the season.
I think he's giving a decent account of himself. He's really not been put under immense pressure. I think Kadiri Samed has not been able to really push him to test his limits, but I think he's done a decent job. Any centre-back in the world, Ralph, relish a clean sheet. Of course, when they get a goal, it's extra toppings on the cake.
I totally agree. That was a needed free kick to commit. It will go Shooting Stars' way. Damala Promise came in earlier on. We talked about him.
And that's what he's capable of doing. His very diminutive stature makes him very, very difficult to handle. He's got a low sense of gravity, and he makes the best of it. He's a brilliant footballer. And I think, getting him on the ball, getting him to push the buttons of Kabir, of Ogini at the back, test the weak legs and weary legs of some of the Kwara United defenders that have been in this game all day is very important. He's fresh, he's fast, he's also very deadly on the ball, and he can whip in a very important cross when need be. I'm expecting something from him in this game.
Agawa signaling some things. We've seen into the last 5 minutes of this match, still goalless here, and so anxious moments it will be seen henceforth. And this is the ball did touch the hand, but it is a penalty. It is a penalty. Won there by Damala.
I did mention earlier, Ralph, this game needed a bit of spark. Sometimes it could be from a player's level of intensity, a player's level of class or creativity, and that's what Damala brings to the fore. We did mention, that is one of those very important players, and you can see when you show a player like him in, is very classy. He can run the channels. Is very, very skilled on the ball, and above all, he can get players in trouble, and that right there was it.
Ajani Ibrahim is being prepared by Gumbote to come in, and that's a player that has gone with him everywhere he has coached. From Enyimba, Rangers, name them, Kwara United, he's just been everywhere.